Hello everyone. So today we are going to talk about the difference quotient, and essentially it's just the slope of this equation or this function. And so we're trying to find the difference quotient, and we are given an f of x function. So the first thing that we're going to do, it looks a little intimidating at first, but everywhere where we see this x, everywhere where we see an x, we are going to first just substitute x plus h. So this right here. So let's go ahead and do that. So step one, everywhere where we see an x, we are going to substitute for x plus h. But we're going to start with the outside of this function, which is 3, because that's the f. So we're going to say 3, and then we see an x, so x plus h, and then that's squared. We're going to continue with the rest of our f of x function. Minus 2. We see another x, so now we're going to substitute again the x plus h. And we're going to finish by adding 2. Okay, so the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to expand this x plus h squared. And I'm going to go ahead and do this over here. So you guys can still see me. So we have x plus h. If we expand that, we get another x plus h. And so I'm going to start distributing. I'm going to use FOIL. So we're going to do our first, which is x squared. The outer, which is plus x times h. The inner, which is plus h times x. And the last, which is h times h, which is h squared, plus h squared. So when we FOIL it out, we get x squared plus xh plus xhx plus h squared. Okay, we can simplify this actually to x squared plus 2xh, or hx, whichever one you want to use, plus h squared. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to bring this all the way back over here because we just expanded this value. The thing about difference quotients that can be a little intimidating is that they can be a little bit long, and it's really easy to make small sign errors or forget when you see all these numbers on your paper, forget a number when you're multiplying, etc. So the more you practice, the better, but it's not so bad. So we're bringing that over. So now we have this new equation, or this new function, 3, substituting all of this into x plus h, we get, don't forget your parentheses, x squared plus 2xh plus h squared, end parentheses. Now we are going to finish off the rest of this second half of the equation. We are going to subtract 2x plus h plus 2. Okay, the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to distribute this negative 2, this entire value right here, negative 2, onto both terms inside the parentheses. And then we get 3x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 2x minus 2h plus 2. Okay, so we did the first half. Recap, what we did was we took the first part of the difference quotient and we plugged it into f of x every time we saw an x value, and then we expanded that. We expanded it out. But what about this second half of the difference quotient value? So now we're gonna, once we expanded this out, we are going to continue with the rest of this. And I think I'm going to erase, just so we don't get too overstimulated with these numbers going everywhere. I'm just going to erase and then move up 3x squared plus 2xh plus h squared minus 2x minus 2h plus 2. So I just rewrote because I want to make it look a little cleaner so I don't get confused. Okay, so the next we're going to add the minus f of x. And I probably shouldn't have done that because I had my f of x function on there at the original, but okay, I have it on this piece of paper too. So we're going to subtract our original function of f of x, which they gave us. And that was, so minus, and make sure you put the f of x function in parentheses. This is important. Minus 3x squared minus 2x plus 2. So that is this part right here that we just plugged in there. So now we're going to go back. We're going to distribute this negative sign onto each term in our f of x function. So when we rewrite this entire problem, we'll get 3x squared plus 2x plus h squared minus 2x minus 2h plus 2 minus 3x squared plus 2x minus 2. Again, I just distributed that negative sign, so each negative will change into a positive and vice versa. A positive will change to a negative. Okay, so let's see, what next? The last thing that we have to distribute is this 3 onto each term. My cat loves to go crazy every time when I make a video. But I'm going to distribute this 3 into each term in the parentheses here that we FOILed out earlier. So we're almost done. Bear with me. So when we do that, we get 3x squared plus 3 times 2 is 6, x times h. 3 times h squared is plus 3h squared. And then everything else we just drop down. Minus 2x minus 2h plus 2 minus 3x squared plus 2x minus 2. The last part, this is when everything comes together, and it's honestly kind of satisfying. So we have to divide everything by h because that's the last part of our difference quotient. So I'm going to take all of this and divide it by h. And if you really look closely, you can start to see that we can start to cancel things out. Like, it's kind of nice. So we have a 3x squared if we simplify this. We have a 3x squared and we have a negative 3x squared. Well, we can just cancel this out. Yes, that is my cat scratching on the wood of my apartment. We have, what else do we have? Negative 2x and positive 2x. Those can go bye-bye. We have plus 2 and minus 2. Do we have anything else? I'm not seeing anything else immediately. So I'm going to rewrite this a little bit simplified. We get 6xh plus 3h squared minus 2h. And that is all over h. Now the only thing left that we can do is we can cross out these h's. H divided by h is just 1. So we get, when we cross out all the h's, I'll actually do that in red to make it a little bit more clear. And keep in mind, we do have a h squared here, so we only can cancel out one h, not 2 h's. So we have 6x plus 3h minus 2. And this, after all of our hard work, is our answer.